everyone. Today I will introduce to you guys the business that we have chosen is called Tauke Shop. Tauke Shop has been established since 2007 and is owned by Mr. Nasir. Tauke Shop operates as a sole proprietorship that registered under the Registration of Businesses at 1956 and 1957. Just as additional information, in 2021, Mr. Nasir opened a physical shop and successfully operated it for 4 years. However, due to high operational costs, he decided to shift the business back to home-based operation and focus on online services. This business operates every day from Monday to Sunday, starting from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Its main activity is online e-printing services such as stickers, banners, and others offered through the website www.taukeshop.com. Mr. Nasir has invested Rm1,000 ringgit as initial capital to start Tauke Shop using his personal saving. Tauke Shop is located at nombor 26 Jalan Eco Grande 12 Palang 1B, Laman Haris 42300, Bandar Puncak Alam Selangor, Malaysia. Next, as we can see in the picture below, this is the owner of Tauke Shop, Mr. Nasir, and the location where his business operates, which is in his own home. For the next part, I will explain the business characteristic of Tauke Shop. Firstly, capital contribution. The business was started with an initial capital of Rm10,000 ringgit. This amount was contributed entirely by the owner, Mr. Nasir, from his personal saving. Secondly, ownership. Tauke Shop is owned solely by Mr. Nasir. This means that he has full ownership and control over all business decisions and operation as it is a sole proprietorship. Thirdly, management and control. The day-to-day management and control of the business is handled by Mr. Nasir himself. He also receives assistance from his wife who helps in managing certain aspects of the business. Next, profit sharing. All profit generated by Tauke Shop belongs solely to Mr. Nasir. On the other hand, if the business faces any losses, Mr. Nasir is also the one who bears the full responsibility. Next, liability. Tauke Shop operates under unlimited liability. This means that Mr. Nasir is personally responsible for any debts or legal obligation that the business may incur. If the business cannot meet its financial obligation, his personal asset could be at risk. And the last one, books and account. Tauke Shop uses the WooCommerce system on its website to record customer sales. In addition, the owner also keeps manual record books for financial and daily business activity.
The Tauke Shop has invested in various non-current assets, particularly machinery, which are used continuously in their production process. These machines are not for sales, but rather for business operations. Among them are the heat press machines, used for applying heat transfer to t-shirts or fabric items. The second one is the button badges machines, for making customized button badges. And the last one is the double heat mark press machines, which allow the business to print on 2 marks at a time, increasing efficiencies in bulk order. This machine play a crucial role in core service of the business and represent long-term investment that contribute to income generations. In addition to machines, Tauke Shop also owns several pieces of furniture and operational equipments, which are also classified as non-current assets. This includes trolley for moving stock and supplies, heavy-duty racks for organized storage of inventories, a post case for weighing products accurately before deliveries, office essentials such as chairs, tables, and A3 paper cutting machines for trimming, prints, and packaging materials. All these assets help streamline daily operations and ensure smooth workflows in the shop. Now, let's move on to current assets, which are short-term items to be expected to be used within a year. These are consumables essentials to the business day-to-day tasks. Tauke Shop's current assets include sellotapes and A4 paper bundles, which are a basic office and packaging supplies, box cartons and baskets used for packaging customer orders, envelopes likely for invoice bills or postal deliveries, and lastly, Sampuraya stocks, festive money packets which are seasonal items sold particularly during Hari Raya. These current assets reflects the shop's readiness to fulfill both regular and a festive demand. On the liability sides, Tauke shops maintain a relatively low risk profile. According to the owner, the business has no loan, which means it's not carrying long-term debt. It does have a rent payable, which is common for any business operating from any locations. And it has a supplier credit, which means some inventories or materials are obtained on a credit terms. Overall, these liabilities are manageable and indicate that the business is operating with financial cautions and stability. Let's now take a look at the Tauke shop's financial performance. According to the owner, the monthly revenue and expenses are roughly 80,000 ringgit a month. This figure isn't exact, but gives us a clear estimate of the business financial scheme. This means that Tauke Shop is currently operating at or near break-even, where the income earned is just about enough to cover operating costs.
Is the financial recording process. Financial recording process is the systematic method of documenting and summarizing financial transactions and activities. For the recording process of Tauke Shop trading business, the owner, Encik Nasir, keep all the transaction. Transaction is just a starting point for any accounting record. It is the catalyst for an entire process that shows any item bought or sold in the business. All the transaction in Tauke Shop trading was recorded and kept in an open source e-commerce named WooCommerce. WooCommerce is an accounting software showing transactions and income in a month. WooCommerce also helps Encik Nasir business by managing his online store named TaukeShop.com with product management, order processing, and payment for the next process, source document. Source document is typically retained for use as data company's financial. Encik Nasir just generates the invoice using WooCommerce as source document in his business. The business just only use an invoice and receipt. Next, the journal in accounting cycle. Journal is a book or record that chronologically lists financial transactions. It also known as book of original entry. It helps business track and organize their financial data, forming the basis for financial statements. Tauke Shop Trading did not record business transaction progressively and in order of time. Encik Nasir just only keep on track in sales, expenses, cash movements, and inventory roughly every month. Encik Nasir did not use bookkeeping due to factors he familiar with the simplicity of the business and think it's unnecessary before taxes documentation. Encik Nasir just only do bookkeeping if there is a corporate customer that purchase good or service from his business. Example like Kowe Company. Encik Nasir will prepare the journal only for business assets in the end of the year. Tauke Shop Trading did not do proper documentation such as journal, ledger, trial balance, adjustment, and financial statement. Encik Nasir just only check his income every month in WooCommerce website just to make sure his income 8,000 ringgit per month. So here is an example of an invoice and receipt that generates by Turkish Shop Trading. The invoice states the name of the business, the invoice number, product's description, a specific amount of money, quantity of the product that customers purchase, and the total of purchased product. Turkish Shop Trading keeps an invoice to record the income, while receipt is a confirmation for the customer state that the order has been received and the payment has been successfully made.
Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera everyone. My name is Nur Atira binti Abdul Karim and my student number is 2025163F07. Today, I would like to walk you through how the Turkish shop's owner currently record and track incomes and expenses in his business, the challenges he has faced, and the improvement he hopes to make. So, let me begin by explaining how things are currently done. Right now, the owner of Turkish shop doesn't keep formal books of account. However, he does use WooCommerce to track income from online sales. This platform provides some basic insight and it's useful for tracking daily transactions and monitoring sales activities, but it's still quite limited. Next, challenges with previous method. Before using WooCommerce, everything was done manually, and as you might expect, that will come a few big problems such as time-consuming, prone to human error, and difficult to keep organized. This made it hard to tell whether the business was making a profit or running at loss. Also, relying on memory or paper just wasn't efficient or sustainable. Next, common issues it faced. There were definitely some occasional errors and discrepancy in the records. This included things like missing entries, miscalculations, or just incomplete data. So that to fix these issues, the owner will have to cross-check payment slips, verify receipt, and go through the bank transaction history. This experience shows just how important to have an accurate and organized record. Next, why is proper record keeping such a big deal? Because it helps with knowing whether the business is profitable, making information easier to refer later, since we can rely on memory alone, avoiding misleading or incorrect financial info, improving accounting and reporting accuracy, and ultimately helping the owner manage income and expenses much more effectively. Lastly, risk of the current setup. Of course, there are also risks with the current setup. Cases include with missing personnel and business in finance, not having formal accounting procedures, overspending, or missing. Next, risk of the current setup. Of course, there are also risks with the current setup. This is include with missing personnel and business finance, not having formal accounting procedures, overspending, or missing yearly financial warning sign, higher chance of human error, and difficulty managing large amount of data over time. So it's clearly improvements are needed. To wrap these things up, tracking income and expenses properly is not just about bookkeeping. It's about the business a solid foundation to grow and make smart, informed decisions. The next step for Turkish shop owner is to move forward a more structured and automated system. And I truly believe this will greatly improve the way the business is managed financially. Thank you very much for your attention.